Hey, yo, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Ta1k Podcast. On this podcast, we spell talk with the one instead of an L because on this podcast, we always keep it 100. All right, let's get into it today. Busy weekend. It is the beginning of October. That means fall is happening. That means if you can hear it in my voice, that means seasons are changing. Allergies are coming about. People are going to get sick, especially if you have kids. If you have kids, you know when it's around this time that the kids carry germs more than anybody, and they bring them home to us, the parents. And boy, I ain't gonna lie, I'm fighting through it, but we gonna get through it today. All right, like I said, we're in October. October is one of the best times of the year. If you love Halloween, yes, I get it. That's the thing. If you love fall, the leaves changing and falling and having to do all that, the weather gets a little cooler. That's for you. But if you are a sports fan, October is good for you because we have playoff baseball. All right, NFL season is like it's just now starting to get a little juicy. All right, same for college, starting to get a little juicy, right? And then basketball is going to be starting soon. So we're going to have, at one point in time, it's going to be a game on every single day. And I can't wait for it, okay? All right, let's kick it off with NFL, okay? All the injuries that have happened in the NFL, okay? If anybody watched, I think it was the Monday night game, the Dolphins played the Jets, and we saw Tyreek Hill have a nasty, gruesome injury, breaking his leg, but dislocating his knee and tearing his ACL and MCL. For his age and that the fact that his strength is speed, I'm not gonna say he's completely done, but it's going to be hard for him to come back. And so prayers up to Tyreek Hill. I hope he does get healthy, and I hope he's able to come back for at least another year or two. But if not, it was a good career for him. I just hate to see it end kind of like that, right? Lamar Jackson is going through some injuries. He's going to be out this week. Malik Neighbors, one of a young top receiver that I just couldn't wait to see blossom into this league. He tore his ACL last week. It's a lot of more cats. Joe Burrow, turf toe, and Purdy's been dealing off and on injuries. Mac Jones looked fantastic on Thursday Night Football. But he's got a little bit injured too as well. It's a lot of injuries that's happening to the NFL for sure. And I want to get you guys' take on this. I feel like the league. Now, when it first was introduced, I wouldn't say introduced. When I first kind of saw it with my own eyes, I thought it was cool because just the way that it looks. Turf looks cool as hell. I'm not going to lie. It looks perfect. When I was going through high school and I used to go to college camps, or I went to certain high schools that had turf, I love playing on it because it just looks so cool. But now, actually seeing, even back then when I used to see the slight injuries that happen, I think the league should look into turf and like kind of not ban turf, but you need to take a serious look into turf, man. All these injuries that have happened, think about over the course of years of the injuries that's happened. Okay, we're talking about Odell in the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl tore his ACL in front of the whole world, right? We just talking about Malik Neighbors, Tyreek Hill tearing his shit up. Aaron Rodgers, the man was just trying to escape and he ruptured his Achilles. Dude, now I get it. Turf, you can't just fully blame turf. But at the same time, if you look at it, now, really kind of be honest, if you look at it now, little kids, they're playing on turf in Little League games. Kids, they're playing on turf. So that, it might not show up in the early years, but in the long run, you keep playing on turf for all your Little League, middle school, high school, college, even professional league years. It's going to take a toll on your body. Your knees are going to be shattered. You might, if you don't break something by your high school years, you will break something in college. And if you don't in college, you're going to break something in the pros. And if you make it out actually good out of all of that, your knees is just going to be bad over the long term. And your ankles. Turf, I feel like is one of the reasons. Turf is one of the reasons why I feel like a lot of shit is just going crazy, and so yeah, I used to be a big fan of turf just because of the way it looks, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Turf, I'd rather play on grass. And when I was in high school, we had grass, and playing on grass, it was so you feel a little bit more safer. Now, when I played on turf fields, I mean, it ain't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm so focusing on the game, I don't even think about the turf fields. But it's just the fact of like the way this shit is happening, and then all these injuries that are happening, like gruesome injuries that are happening. It's a reason for that, and of course, you know, these are big humans, so if they land on you wrong, of course you're gonna break something. But just some of the non-contact injuries, man, it's starting to become scary, man. And I hate to see, especially when you're on the turf field, I hate to see somebody try to plant or do something, take off, and then you just see them fall, and then just sitting there like, dude, you know something is wrong. You know something is wrong, right? And like I said, you can't really blame turf. Because, hey, I know it's two different sports. Don't get me wrong. But just, excuse me. But I know it's two different sports, but don't get me wrong. Just look at basketball. Look at even how Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, how their Achilles was non-contact, and they was on the basketball court. And they know it's just a certain way you cut. You can't just blame turf like that. I get it. But, dude, that's just one injury or a couple of injuries that we can talk about from basketball and football. Dude, the amount of injuries, small injury, dude, it's a reason it's called turf toe. Like, that's just my take on it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about turf. Should they ban turf, or should they just like take a serious look into turf, trying to make it safer, try to do revamp the technology with turf? Or should they just, you know, ban it all together and come back to grass? Just be natural. Grass. That's what we grew up on. That's what we was used to. Go back to grass. Let me know in the comment section. Okay. Like I said, October has started. So you know what that means. It means the Yankees have a chance to go to the World Series. Okay. Hey, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was biting my nails. I was sweating crazy. Yankees was playing the Red Sox for this wild card series. And when I say each game was on my toe, except game 3. Game 3, we just took control. But game 1, I was pissed. Game 2, I was on the edge of my seat. Game 3, I was just like, yeah, we won this game. Like, you know, right? And so it's actually heating up. Each game that I have watched has been good. Now, I won't lie to y'all. Of course, I like the Yankees fan. I know some baseball, and I know how to play baseball. I know the rules, and I know the end. I know the basics. I don't know too much in depth. I can't tell you which teams are in the AL or the NL. I can't do all of that, right? But I can tell you the basics of baseball. And with knowing the basics of baseball is just that's why this time is so much important in October, because the playoffs happen, and I'm one of the biggest fans when the playoffs are, especially if the Yankees are in it. The Yankees are in it. I'm a big fan of the playoffs, and these games that's been coming on these past couple of days has been phenomenal. They've been great, living up to expectations. I can't wait for the divisional series to start. Yankees got past that wild card series. A drop of sweat was happening. I actually think this Yankees team have the talent. Definitely have the talent to go to the World Series, but it's just going to be up to them to tune it in. And like at this point, I feel like there's a couple of people in the hot seats with the Yankees. Not really, but at the same time, it's just like, bro, we've been getting there and not getting there at the same time. Like, we get there and we fail. We get there and we fail. Or we fail before we can't get there. And so we need, when you are a prestigious franchise like the Yankees, you're used to winning. And I feel like we haven't won in a while. Same thing I was feeling like with the Celtics. For us to be a top dog franchise, we haven't won in a while. I mean, we just won a couple of years ago, but I feel like we need to win. Each decade, we have to win at least 2 or 3 championships, and we have not lived up to that expectation. Same with the Yankees, haven't lived up to that expectation, right? So, hopefully we get our shit together. Hopefully we can come in to the divisional round and we can actually put some wins together. It's not no best out of 3 anymore. This is best out of 7 now. We got to tighten up and we got to go. Okay, we got this series, and then we got to. Then we got the championship series. Then we got the World Series. Okay, we need these games. Okay. congratulations to all the other teams that made the playoffs in the MLB and that are going to the divisional series. It's going to be a great couple of weeks until the World Series happen. Can't wait to see what happens with that. Okay. Another thing that's starting in October, of course, I said it earlier, the NBA. NBA is starting a new, well, one is a returning regime, and the other ones are new. It's returning to NBC. So I was kind of too young to really watch NBA on NBC. My era started really kind of early 2000s when they took it over to TNT. And so I've been with TNT rocking heavily, and I'm not going to say the only thing I know is TNT, but like that's the main thing that I grew up with. So TNT was part of my life. So now I got to switch over to NBC, which I know the song. Right? So can't wait to see it, how that plays and that happens. The analyst is going to, I can't believe that y'all got Michael Jordan to come be an analyst for the NBA. I thought that was never going to, and when I say never going to happen, I thought that was never going to happen, right? But you got Michael Jordan coming in. You got Carmelo, Blake Griffin, all these other players and stars in the game that we need. Players who have played the game can help analyze the game more. And I can't wait. Especially, like I said, Michael Jordan. How the hell did y'all get Michael Jordan to get off his couch and come analyze some games? It's just crazy. Of course, now, before the season starts, we're looking at teams. OKC is probably the favorite to repeat, and they should be. They got mostly all their people back, plus some. OKC is the heavy favorite, in my opinion. I feel like they should absolutely be the heavy favorite. OKC is the team to beat in the entire league, not just in the Western Conference, but in the entire league. They're the team to beat. Of course, you got other teams around. I don't think the Celtics are a contender this year just because Jason Tatum is our best player. A lot of people are going to argue that it's Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP. I get it. Jaylen Brown is a key piece. The development I have seen from Jaylen Brown, only being a true athletic guy, a dunker, going inside, has now expanded his game all around to where he is the best one of the best players on the Celtics, second best player. You can argue for first best player if you want, but I think Jason Tatum is the best player. Okay, but without Jason Tatum, I don't think that the Celtics are competing for championships. Competing for a playoff spot, all right, but championship, I don't think so. I think with us sending Porzingis to the Hawks, I think the Hawks have a chance of getting back to where they was. Like, that was what, 2020 and 2021 when Trey was actually killing the East for a little bit, right? And actually went to the Eastern Conference Finals versus Giannis and the boys. I think now with those pieces that he got in Atlanta, I think he's able to actually go back to that. I think the Atlanta Hawks are going to be not a top threat, but look at them as being a number 4 or 5 seed going to another maybe Eastern Conference Finals this year. Okay, Atlanta, they looking good. I think they can make some noise. That's if Porzingis stay healthy. If Porzingis can stay healthy, I think they'll be straight. Okay. The Houston Rockets, I got them as a contender. Even without Fred VanVleet, I still think that they can be a top contender. Even though Fred VanVleet tore his ACL, the way that medicine and technology has advanced, I think he can be back at least by the second round of the playoffs if they can get that far. And so that's just my take on it. Because I'm looking at this like Jason Tatum, his Achilles injury. His Achilles injury happened 5 months ago, just 5 months ago, and now I'm seeing videos on Instagram of him on the court, and it ain't like he's just on the court getting up shots. No, he's stopping and starting. Like, dude, you can hurt. No, he's out there eating, and that's just 5 months. So he might be back by All-Star break. Like, the power of medicine and power of technology has changed the game a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if Fred VanVleet is able to come back by the playoffs. And I know it's torn ACL, but still, I wouldn't be surprised, especially the way it's going now. Yeah, I don't think, like I said, I don't think the Celtics can, but the Rockets, even without Fred VanVleet, I think they have a chance of still making some noise. I feel like they need to go get a good point guard, though, to handle the rings while VanVleet is gone. But get somebody who, when VanVleet gets back, you can just easily insert him to the lineup, and then those two can play off each other. So I'm looking at probably go get a Tyus Jones, or if you can trade for D-Lo, somebody who can come in there and like do what Fred VanVleet was going to do. But other than that, I still think they are title contenders. All right, Thompson, him and his twin brother are two of the best young stars in the league. Especially with Thompson on their roster, Şengün has proven he's a top center in the league. As far as, his game, just being an all-around, just a game changer. Or I don't even want to get into that. Just his game is just that good. Okay, you got Capella back on the Rockets for a backup center. That's huge. Of course, you got Kevin Durant and the boys on that team. I think Houston got a few good pieces to where they have a chance of making some noise. I wouldn't count them fully out. Coach Duka, former Celtics coach, he's a good coach, and you're seeing why he's a good coach. I think they can compete with people. The Warriors are always going to hang around. Like, it's just like the Chiefs. As long as number 15 and their head coach, Andy Reid, is still there and alive and breathing and they're healthy, I give them a chance to go into the Super Bowl every year. Same with the Warriors. As long as Steve Kerr is healthy and they're on the sideline, as long as number 30 is alive and healthy on their court, I do not count the Warriors out for anything. Nothing. So then they added Al Horford. Bye, Al. But I ain't hating a little bit. I just ain't hating. But, yeah, man, Al Horford to the Warriors, that was crazy. So I think Jimmy Butler's still there. Kuminga's going to still be there. I say they have a nice chance of doing some damage. Now you're going to have a full year of Jimmy Butler and the experience in the Warriors organization, which they all love Jimmy. So you have all of that going for it and going for you guys. I can see the Warriors making another run at another title. Will they happen? I don't know, but I can see it happening. The Lakers are just going to be Lakers. Like, it sucks because LeBron is still great enough to get his money, but I'm just like, bro, take some pay cuts and get some real help. And the fact is, it ain't even that. It's just the fact of him still being him playing at a whole top level the way he is at his age, and you still expect him to go take teams to the finals. He's not built for that anymore. He might look like it, but he's not. Give this man some help, some real help. Okay, somebody besides just Luka. Okay, Austin Reeves, hopefully he takes another step forward and gets better into another year that's coming on. Hopefully he can do what he do, you know what I mean? And whoop they do. And hopefully they can do something. But yeah, Lakers need help. The other team that's in LA, the Clippers. I feel like the Clippers have everything they need to win a championship. Staying healthy is the biggest problem. They need to stay healthy. And when the playoffs come, lock the fuck in. I felt like last year that the Clippers had the best chance to go to the finals. If they would have beat the Nuggets like they should have, I feel like they would have went to the finals. But this upcoming season, the Clippers have one of the best underrated rosters to where you look at them like, oh, they're either too old or no, this team is not gonna mesh together. If they lock in from day one, game one, Kawhi Leonard only misses maybe 10 games, just 10 games, maybe 20. I can say if Kawhi Leonard only misses 20 games and they stay locked in and they stay healthy, everybody is cool. You can talk about the Clippers being a top 5 seed in the Western Conference and going to the NBA Finals. That's just my take on it. I think it can happen. Will it happen? Probably not. But I think that's one of the things that can happen. All right. Speaking of the Denver Nuggets added good people. They got rid of Michael Porter Jr. Shout out to my homie Miles, who for the past 3 years, he has been on Michael Porter Jr.'s head. Like, dude, I don't know what's wrong with this guy, this and that. I'm like, man, he's good for y'all. Like, no, he was not fucking with it. He wasn't vibing with him. But now I get what he means. And so you got the baggage out of Denver. Then you bring in other good players, complimentary players that can play with y'all. And Denver might be back. Denver might make another run. Aaron Gordon proved why he is the second best player on that Denver Nuggets team. And if people going to argue Jamal Murray, yes, but Jamal Murray was wildly inconsistent in this past playoff. So Aaron Gordon was consistent the whole year and the whole playoffs. So I look at Aaron Gordon as probably the second best player on that team. Jamal Murray definitely. If it's gonna be 2A and 2B right now, 2A is Aaron Gordon, 2B is Jamal Murray. But Jamal Murray has a chance to turn around this year. I think he's going to be good and fantastic again this year. Hopefully he's not wildly inconsistent, but it is what it is. As long as that three, Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray, as long as they're healthy and they can get the shit rolling, I think the Nuggets might be back. Okay. The Magic, I was never really a big fan of Desmond Bane, even though I look at the Grizzlies as my second favorite team just because I am from Tennessee. But Desmond Bane, I was never a big guy on Desmond Bane, but I think he brings another demeanor to the Magic. And I said it last year that y'all need to watch out for the Magic. I'll say it again. Watch out for the Magic. I think the Magic is a sleeper team that if you sleep on them at any time of any games in the series, they can beat you and they can win that 1 or 2 series. If they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's enough for me. But I feel like that's just a good stepping stone. Milwaukee needs to just get rid of everybody but Giannis and kind of start over, but make sure everybody who's making big money, get them out of there and go get other players to mesh with Giannis. It's nothing wrong with Giannis with the Bucks. It's just you need to get better help. Brook Lopez, older. Now, I think he's on another team anyway. But Brook Lopez had got older. Bobby Portis, great player still. You're getting older. Okay. Of course, you saw with Middleton, they had to get rid of Middleton because he was getting older. Kyle Kuzma, I don't know. He hasn't shown up since being traded from the Lakers. Rightfully so. I think the Bucks need to just get rid of everybody but Giannis until they can be a Super Bowl, until they can be a Finals contender again. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. There's a bunch of teams out there. Pelicans look good. They got Jordan Poole. Zion looks a little skinnier. Hopefully he's done fucking with these P-stars off the court. I know he still got the troubles with her going on, but it is what it is. Hopefully he can get that together and slide to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. One team that even though I mentioned them, one team that I haven't really talked about, and I want to just talk about it just a little bit, is this team a contender this year? The Memphis Grizzlies. If Ja can stay healthy and stay out of trouble, I understand they lost Desmond Bane, but you got back. I think KCP will fit better with the Grizzlies more than he did with the Magic. Jalen Wells is going to be healthy. Gigi Jackson's going to be healthy. Everybody's going to be healthy, and this is a good start for Memphis right now. I hate that they fired their head coach, Jenkins. I thought he was a great head coach. It's just unfortunate you're dealing with Jaws on-court injuries and off-the-court activities. You was dealing with that this whole time. Couple of more players get hurt. You were just dealing with injuries, and I felt like it was not fair to Taylor Jenkins as he was the head coach of Memphis. I feel like he was a good head coach. I felt like he had them at, I felt like he was the glue to the whole Memphis team, just as a head coach. He kept them together, he kept them poised, and he let them not do what they want, but be themselves and be free and do what they need to do to win games. So I was happy. I wasn't happy when he got fired, but I'm kind of happy that I'm looking at it now. Their roster looks good. It's just whoever comes in and coach. Who I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know who the head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies is. I feel like that should be important to look up, right? But I don't know for sure, but I am happy that they're Memphis Grizzlies. I'm happy that that they got a good roster, and hopefully they can turn it around and be good this upcoming year. No matter head coach, if I can get the head coach. All right, Thomas Aslu. Okay, I don't know who that is, to be honest with y'all. But hopefully I guess he was the assistant coach. Okay, assistant coach for Memphis, and he took over as the reins. Okay, so hopefully he can be good for the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies have a title contending team. It's just Ja got to stay healthy and stay out of trouble. They can't have a slow start like they did last year, where they was finding themselves coming back in a lot of games and having to come back in the record, and they was under 500 for most of the year. They can't have that happen again this upcoming year. But I got the Grizzlies being a sneaky team to go to the finals. I feel like if Ja stay healthy, they can make some noise. Okay? And I can't wait to see what happens with that. Okay. A lot of people are talking bad and are mad. We're gonna boycott and doing all this. I want y'all to first shut the hell up. You're not gonna boycott anything. Okay. Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime performance of the Super Bowl in February when it comes around. I don't know how to speak Spanish, but I can speak Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny be bumpy. Y'all are tripping. Okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It don't matter if it was you could have doubled down and double back. You could have brought Kendrick Lamar back again. You could have had Taylor Swift. You could have had anybody. You could have had Drake come in after Kendrick Lamar. That would have been nasty. Jay-Z himself. Anybody that you would have picked, guess what? People still would have complained. I know for a fact, anybody can say, no, if Taylor Swift would. No, you know the thing that people were going to say about Taylor Swift? Oh, my God, are we not tired of seeing her? We saw her in every game with the Chiefs. We know that she's getting married to Travis Kelce. Like, oh, now it's rigged. So the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl so they can do that. It don't matter who y'all was going to pick to do this halftime performance. Somebody was going to complain. So get over it. Please get over it. Okay? Bad Bunny is a good person. Bad Bunny is globally known, and not only globally known, like he's done some great shit, not only for the industry himself, but for other stuff he's putting his hands in. Look at the WWE. I still see videos to this day of how WWE athletes sit here and talk about how they hate to work with celebrities. Outside of the WWE, they hate to work with celebrities because it's this and that, and sometimes they can be dangerous and they don't pay attention. They don't take it as serious. But everybody who's in the WWE has the same reaction when it comes to Bad Bunny. I love Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny takes it serious. He's this and that. He's a good wrestler. You know, all in that. And Bad Bunny had one of the best WWE entrances of all time. All time. He had that. I feel like Bad Bunny was a perfect person. Sorry. Bad Bunny was a perfect person to pick for the halftime show, because now that you have him on the halftime show, the NFL already want to get more internationally known. This is why they have the London games, the Dublin games, the Mexico City games and the Spain. This is why they're going all these other places to get globally known. And they're selling out these stadiums that they're going to. So the game is expanding. And one thing you want to do is keep expanding. And that means with artists. You know how many more people are going to tune in to the Super Bowl halftime because it's Bad Bunny? And two things. For people hating, it's two things. Bad Bunny already been performed too on the Super Bowl halftime stage. You just forgot and you didn't want to bring that up. Two, I was social studies, geography, I'm terrible at it. But there's certain things that I heard and I remember. Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. So yeah. And another thing, for United States to be so free country, free speech, this and that, we're so diverse. Why do we not applaud somebody different being on the headline? Why do we always why you gotta complain? It's not American. No, it's the true definition of American. We're supposed to uplift. We're supposed to be different. Everybody has their freedom of speech, free will. This is what we created and taught and wanted to put in people's brains. We are free. We don't look free when y'all complain and shit like this. All right, so Bad Bunny being on a Super Bowl halftime show, good for me. I ain't gonna lie. I can't understand most of the shit that's gonna be happening, but I'm a vibe to it. Of course, I'm gonna be drinking during the Super Bowl. Come on, man. For people hating, go find a pacifier and stand in the corner by your goddamn self. Okay, now I know over these past couple of episodes, right, I've been talking about some the past, things that happened in the past, from family reunions to how we used to grow up in the 90s and the 2000s. I've been doing that. And I want to talk some more about that because I was at Walmart yesterday, right? I was getting a couple of things from Walmart. Had to get I usually don't go to Walmart anymore for when I was a kid, I used to go to Walmart all the time. Like we went for groceries, we went for everything. But now, me being older, I go here for my groceries, here for my other stuff, here for this. Only time I go to Walmart is if they don't have what I really need at these other stores, right? But when I was a kid, going to Walmart was the shit. And when I went to Walmart the other day, I saw something that I haven't seen in ages. The little circle Walmart smiley stickers. I saw this lady give a kid about 5 of them. I'm like, yo, and the kid came out of me. I wanted one, but I didn't get one. Don't worry. But I was looking. I was like, dude, I didn't know they still made those. They still make those little smiley face stickers. I used to love those when I was a kid. When I was a kid in Walmart, that was the best thing ever. Taking trips to Walmart as a kid with my mom was great. Because when I went, okay, we're talking about late 90s, early 2000s. When I went, really mostly early 2000s. When I went to Walmart with my mom, we got the stickers. You got the person at the front door stayed with the stickers. Hey, how you doing, young man? How you doing, young lady? Give us the stickers, ready to go. Put it on your forehead, on your face, on your shirt. It doesn't matter. You put the sticker on and you're ready to go. So we go in, right? You go check out. First of all, it depends. Some Walmarts are different. Now it depends on which side you go in. Sometimes I used to love going in on the food side because that's where the McDonald's was going to be at. Or that was the first thing I was going to see was those little live lobsters in there. Who else was scared to touch the live lobsters in the water tank? I was. I thought, because especially now being an adult, and I always hear, I've seen this before. I never heard this before. Like, it's always some bullshit that happened to me. Let me be the one put my hand in there, grab one of the lobsters, and then the thing come off his claw and he fucking my hand up. I would be mad as fuck. So I used to think that when I was a kid. That's why I didn't put my hands in the water to get a lobster. Fuck that and fuck you. Who else was scared of that? Oops, sorry. Who else was scared to put their Who else was scared to put their hand in the water to get a lobster? I was definitely scared, bro. I was scared out of my damn mind to do that. Of course, You had all the other stuff. They used to do like kind of small samples around Walmart. Yes, they used to do samples around Walmart. The employees were nice too, and they used to give you stickers. All employees had stickers. They used to get stickers all around. The McDonald's and Walmart hit different. I don't know why. It just hit different. If you are a video game person, remember you go to the video games. It used to be I just want to look. Then you got a little older and you see they got the GameCubes and the PlayStation 2s or 3s in the stores and the Xbox controller. You can play the games, right? I used to sit there for hours. I could sit there for hours, but definitely when I got a little bit old now, when I was like between like 6 to 8, I would stick beside my mom. Now I'm going with her to this do this, and she would give me the chicken from the deli, the barbecue chicken bites from the deli. They still hit. I ain't gonna lie, but they used to hit crazy. Or McDonald's. I used to stick around my mom, and we used to be together. But then when it's like at 8, 9, a little bit older, I used to tell my mom, "Hey, I'm going to the game. Out. Come get me when you're ready." And I'm sitting there for hours playing some game, playing some game. Some new game is gonna come out. I'm playing a demo of it. I'm looking at games. I'm looking for this and that. Right? Back when Nintendo DS was out, I remember when I bought me a DS. Lit. Wait, was it a DS or was it an SP? I think I had both. Game Boys, period. The Game Boy, anything. The Game Boy SP, Game Boy, regular Game Boys. I had them all, and I was hyped with those. So I remember going to Walmart and having those trips in Walmart. Walmart trips just don't hit the same for kids anymore. It's crazy because I look at my daughter. She really don't go adventure out. She's just with me, and my son too. He's just with me, and it's like, dude, I remember when I was a kid, I used to go. You couldn't keep my hands off of shit because it was just stuff in there, and it was stuff to do all the time, right? Trips to Walmart. Do y'all remember y'all trips to Walmart? Let me know in the comment section. Y'all remember y'all trips to Walmart as a kid with your parents? Were you the one that going? Hey, I'm going to the video game section. Were you the one trying to pick up all the lobsters out of the tank? Were you staying in McDonald's the whole time? Let me know in the comment section what you was doing in Walmart. That was just back in the days. They don't do it like that anymore, man. It's a lot of stores and restaurants that they don't exist anymore, right? Or things that happen in stores, they just don't happen anymore. Right, I was just talking about, and I was just looking through. Do y'all remember the restaurant Ryan's? Ryan's was it. You can say what you want. Oh, they had this, they had roaches, they had bugs. That's your experience. My experience, they rolls was fire. Their food, fire. I can eat at Ryan's all day. Buffets don't even hit the same. I can't tell you the last time I went to a buffet. I think it was Golden Corral, and that was 5 years ago. It ain't like I just don't like buffets. I just haven't craved buffets like I used to. Now, it's been times recently I went to a couple of casinos and they have buffets and I want to go, but something happens that we never get a chance to go. But buffets used to hit, especially Ryan's buffet. Ryan's buffet, phenomenal, top notch. We had one in Tennessee, Barnhill buffet. You know what? When I was a kid, I didn't like Barnhills, but now that I'm an adult, I miss Barnhill. Barnhills was the shit. If you knew what you was gonna grab, go grab it. And it was good. It's one I can't think of it when I used to go to after church. It was like a steakhouse buffet. It was in Crockett County. I can't think of the name of it right now. But anybody in Crockett County, let me know. Help me out. That I want to say it was Old Olympic. No, I ain't going to be. But that buffet was good too. Buffets back in the days used to hit as a kid. Hey, that's a bar. Buffets back in the days used to hit as a kid. Nothing can top buffets when they was back in the days, man. Even the Chinese buffets was hitting back in the days, man. You just couldn't do no wrong with buffets. It's just an endless amount of food. You can pick what you want. And if you don't like it, just put it down. It's all right. You don't have to eat it. Right? I tell you, Ryan's was the shit when I was growing up. I'm trying to think of this one buffet. It might have been the Golden Corral, but it was one buffet that changed my life when I was a kid. When I went in there, and I'm seeing the guy. I think it might have been on the casino too, but it was a guy back there. Hey, what you want for today? You know, you say you want this type of meat, this type of steak, this type of ham, this type of turkey, and he'll pull out the pan, boom, cut you a nice fresh piece of meat. Bam. That changed my life. I was like, yep, buffets are my shit. But like I said, I know buffets still exist, but I don't see a lot of them just for myself because I don't go. But I just don't think they hit anymore. Like, nothing hits anymore like we was kids. It just nothing hits anymore. And buffets was one of those things that hit like a motherfucker when we was a kids. But we not going to get that back. I don't know what's going to happen, but we just not going to get that back. I wish we could. I wish my kids could experience what I had experienced growing up with the buffets and Walmart trips and going to the store trips, period. Shit, I remember going into Kroger. We have Kroger where I was from. In Texas is HEB. When I lived in Colorado, it was King Soopers, and you got Randall's and all these other places. But Kroger's where I grew up on. And I remember going to Kroger, and you know they got the coupon machines. You just picking coupons for no reason at that point. They used to have all the other stuff you can have for kids sometimes, stickers, drinks, and food they used to have for us. Bro, stores just don't hit the same. Food just don't hit the same like it was back in the days. It's just not. We're not going to get that back ever again. We're never going to get that back. But I can live and tell the stories for another day. Okay, let me know in the comment section. What store do you miss the most that's probably non-existing anymore? And what do you miss about old restaurants and old like stores like Walmart and Kroger and all that? What do you miss that they used to have that they just don't do it anymore? For me, it's presentation low-key because everybody's boring now. Everybody's just super boring. Nobody has their own unique style anymore. It's just everybody's just gray and white and a sign. And it sucks. Okay. Let's call a couple of games for this week. Oops. Okay. Ooh, we got a game tonight. I might watch that. West Virginia at BYU. Ooh, that's a late game too. I like the late games. Okay. It's gonna be kind of a mild Saturday this Saturday, but we got a few good ones. One that I think is gonna be a good one. Wisconsin travels to Michigan to play the Wolverines. That's gonna be at noon Eastern time, 11 a.m. Central. Of course, Michigan is ranked and Wisconsin is not. If the game was in Wisconsin, I would take Wisconsin. But the game being in Michigan, I ain't gonna say they're gonna stomp Wisconsin, but they're gonna have a good game versus Wisconsin. It's going to be hard. A game I feel like nobody's going to talk about, but it looks like it's going to be a good game. 24 Virginia, 4-1, travel to Louisville, 4-0 to play Louisville Cardinals in Louisville. That was going to be a good game. Since Virginia is ranked, I guess you would call this an upset. I'm going for the upset of Louisville Cardinals beating Virginia. Okay. Out of all my life, all of my years on earth, not even all the years I've been following football and being a fan of football and actually understanding football, I never thought I was going to say this a day in my life. We have a good ranked game between number 16 Vanderbilt, who is 5-0. They're traveling to Alabama to play the Crimson Tide, who is 3-1 and ranked number 10. Never thought I would say this is going to be a good game between Vanderbilt and Alabama. If the game was in Vanderbilt, I would give Vanderbilt a good chance of winning the game. But since it's in Alabama, I got Alabama probably winning by 20. I'm not going to lie. Now, I hope Vanderbilt puts up a good fight. Hey, being from Tennessee, I went to a Vanderbilt camp. I met Coach Franklin when he was at Vanderbilt. Very nice, genuine dude. The campus is nice. It's dead smack center downtown Nashville. If you go out, the way that you can go out of their tunnel, where their locker room is, if you pass a locker room and go out, you see the outside. It's the middle of the street in downtown. Like, that's how dead smack in the middle they are. So I like Vanderbilt, but being realistic, Alabama probably about to put the whole spanking on their ass. No cap. For all my Texas fans, Texas will travel to Florida to play the Florida Gators. That's going to be the afternoon game. Florida is not good. I think, but this is the thing. Texas is okay. They're good, but they're just okay. Texas should go into Florida and handle business, but the way they've been playing, I don't know. I got Texas winning the game. I wouldn't be surprised if they win by a touchdown or three, or they go to overtime. I wouldn't be surprised. Texas is not looking like Texas. All right, another good game we have is going to be Mississippi State playing Texas A&M in Texas A&M. Mississippi State is 4-1. Texas A&M is 4-0. Texas A&M is hot right now. I love that quarterback. I hope nothing but the best for him. Texas A&M will pull out this game, in my opinion. All right, the last game. It's going to be a night game, Saturday night. Saturday night, we have a good night game between a rivalry, in-state rivalry. We have Miami, Florida, traveling to Florida State to play the Florida State Seminoles. Florida State Seminoles are 3-1. Heartbreak loss to Virginia last week. Miami looking hot with Carson Beck at 4-0. Common sense says Miami will win this game. I want Florida State to win because I want them to actually put themselves in chance to go to the college football playoffs. That quarterback for Florida State, I need to see him in the college football playoffs. Florida State is going to pull off the upset and beat Miami in Florida State. Can't wait to watch that. Okay. So NFL games. Again, this week is just not the week for NFLs. It's not the week for games, period. You know, baseball starting, so you got to make these few games slightly boring because baseball is going to be on, and then basketball starts. But until then, football is going to be football. We're going to watch football, especially if you're a fan. All right, so for the early birds on Sunday, if you're going to get up early, you have an early game starting at 8:30. 8:30 Central is going to be 7:30 Mountain, 9:30 Eastern Time. Minnesota is going to be the away team, and Cleveland's going to be the home team, but they're going to be in London. And that game, like I said, it starts early. Game is in London. Dylan Gabriel is going to actually start for the Cleveland Browns. Congratulations to Dylan Gabriel. Okay, I am Team Shador. I am, but Dylan Gabriel, I am also an Oregon fan, so I wish nothing but the best for both of them. But it's going to be some great reps. Hopefully Dylan Gabriel doesn't get out there and stink up the joint. Hopefully he has a good game, solid game. But we're going to see. I got Minnesota still winning that game, though. I think Minnesota is just a better coach team, in my opinion. Battle of the 1 and 3s. Houston Texans traveling to Baltimore. CJ Stroud and the Texans offense has looked horrible. And they had a good game versus the Titans last week, but that's the Titans. The Titans are god-awful. You can see it. The Titans are god-awful. Them. So, Lamar Jackson has actually Lamar Jackson has actually been ruled out for this week. So, that was a Cooper Rush. It's in Baltimore, so I would give the benefit of the doubt to Cooper Rush, and I think he should be straight. But I don't know. I got Houston, Texas going into Baltimore and winning that game. I think Houston's going to win that game versus Baltimore. A good underrated game that I think nobody's going to talk about, but of course, I'm not going to be watching it because the Titans are going to be playing. I don't even know why I'm going to watch the Titans guess because I'm a true fan. Titans play Arizona. Arizona's beating the Titans. But Washington plays Los Angeles. Chargers in Los Angeles. Should be a good game. Everybody has questions kind of on Justin Herbert now because after that game last week they filmed. But I think this is a good pickup game for the Chargers. But Jaden Daniels is back, so this might be a statement game for Jaden for him to make his presence be known again. I don't think the Chargers will lose 2 in a row. I got Chargers beating the Commanders on Sunday in the afternoon game. Okay, and for the night game on Sunday, the night game is going to be a divisional game. New England Patriots travel to Buffalo to play the undefeated Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna say this before I pick my prediction. I'm gonna say that because I just see the Patriots and it made me remind me of this, and I said it earlier that Mac Jones looked good last night. Organizations need to take a look and stop rushing. Because you pick a quarterback, stop rushing them to be great. They might have a great rookie season, but don't rush them to be on Tom Brady's level, Patrick Mahomes' level, Josh Allen's levels after a year. And if they can't get there right away, you gotta develop them. Mac Jones looked phenomenal. You put him in the right system with Shanahan and those boys, and look how he's doing. Now they 4-1 or whatever they are. There's no way you're going to sit here and tell me that Mac Jones was the problem in New England. Because right now, Drake May looks like he is not it. It's New England, man. You need to know how to develop. And I don't know how that's going to play out. But I got Buffalo Bills beating New England Patriots in Buffalo for Sunday night. And then on the Monday night game, Jacksonville, my division brothers, they hosting the Monday night game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Hunter is going to be on prime time. Okay. Again, common sense. Kansas City is going to come into Jacksonville and win, but Trevor Lawrence has been looking like he's looking like he got something to prove. He's looking like he's got something to prove, and they're 3-1. Jacksonville for the upset, even though they're at home, and it's really not an upset. Jacksonville for the upset over Kansas City on Monday Night Football. That's what I think is going to happen. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Ta1k Podcast. Y'all already know who I am. I'm Zay for life. Until next time, next week when I see y'all again. But until next time, Zay for life is out.